The art of making people like you. It's a common belief that we can't do much to influence others' feelings towards us. Many think it's a matter of fate whether someone will like us or not. This, however, is a misconception I'm excited to debunk today. In this video, I'll demonstrate with clarity and evidence that it's entirely possible to make anyone, yes, literally anyone, appreciate and enjoy our company. This isn't just idle talk. It's about actionable principles that aren't covered in your typical school syllabus. Principle 1. Encourage others to talk about themselves. The first principle is both simple and profound. Encourage others to talk about themselves. It's a fundamental aspect of human nature to be fascinated with our own lives and experiences. We all have a deep-seated desire to share our stories and be acknowledged. When you invite someone to talk about themselves, you're not just filling conversational gaps. You're giving them a gift, the feeling of importance and the sense that they are truly heard and valued. This gesture can elevate their perception of you significantly. Next time you find yourself unsure of what to say during a conversation, just remember this principle. Ask open-ended questions that prompt the person to discuss their interests, experiences, and aspirations. Listen actively and respond with genuine interest. Such interactions are not only fulfilling for them but will also endear you to them, creating a favorable impression that often leads to lasting bonds. Second principle, the power of giving sincere and honest compliments. This simple yet profound action can significantly impact personal relationships. Research shows that a common reason for divorces is when one partner feels unappreciated. This lack of appreciation can really hurt a marriage, showing just how important it is to recognize and value each other in our closest relationships. The act of extending a genuine compliment is more than just a nicety. It's a necessary reaffirmation of a partner's value and contributions. When we express appreciation sincerely, we not only acknowledge the other's efforts but also reinforce their importance in our lives. Imagine the positive change we can foster in our relationships by regularly communicating our admiration and gratitude. You might ask, how do you compliment effectively? To make your compliments genuinely impactful, specificity and sincerity are key. For instance, rather than a general thank you, you could say, "I really appreciate how you took the time to fix the kitchen light. It makes our home so much more welcoming." This specific acknowledgement goes beyond superficial praise and shows you recognize their personal contributions. It's important to convey these compliments authentically. People can usually tell when flattery is insincere, which can actually be counterproductive. By focusing on heartfelt and thoughtful compliments, you validate your partner's efforts and help cultivate a nurturing environment. Next up, Principle 3. Avoid arguments. The best way to win an argument is to avoid it completely. It may sound counterintuitive, but the wisdom behind this principle is profound and can transform how you interact with others. Statistically, in 9 out of 10 cases, arguments end with each party more firmly entrenched in their original views. This phenomenon underscores a significant truth. Arguments are rarely about reaching a consensus and are more often about trying to prove oneself right. Why is it that we can't truly win an argument? Consider this scenario. If you lose an argument, you lose, but if you win, you still lose. Winning an argument might satisfy your ego momentarily, but it can damage your relationship permanently. When you overpower someone in a debate, you might make them feel inferior, hurt their pride, and leave them feeling belittled. The cost? Their resentment and a weakened bond between you. So, how should you handle a situation where an argument seems imminent? The key is to shift from a mindset of winning to one of understanding and resolving. When you feel tensions rising, strive to remain objective and calm. Instead of feeding the argument, look for common ground. Ask yourself, what aspects of this issue can we agree on? Can we find a compromise that respects both perspectives? It's also helpful to practice active listening. Often, simply showing that you are willing to listen and understand the other person's point of view can diffuse potential conflicts. Remember, the goal is not to win an argument but to maintain and strengthen the relationship. Principle 4. Make a genuine effort to understand another's perspective. This principle is not just about being considerate. It's about truly understanding where someone else is coming from. It's easy to assume that when others disagree with us, they must be wrong. However, it's important to remember that just like us, others also feel strongly about their viewpoints. They don't think they're wrong. And to bridge this gap, criticism isn't the answer. It often just leads to defensiveness. Instead, adopting a mindset of empathy and genuine curiosity about their perspectives can open up new avenues for dialogue and resolution. Understanding why someone thinks or acts a certain way requires us to put ourselves in their shoes. This means considering their background, experiences, and emotional state. When we ask ourselves, how would I feel? What would I think if I were in their situation? We begin to understand the motivations behind their actions. Start by suspending your judgment and giving the other person the benefit of the doubt. Listen more than you speak, and use reflective listening techniques to show that you are truly engaging with their perspective. Additionally, acknowledging that there might be validity to their points, even if you disagree, can help in reducing tensions and fostering a more collaborative relationship. This approach doesn't mean you agree with everything they say, but it shows respect for their feelings and thoughts. Key principles to enhance social interactions might be the simplest yet most impactful principle: the power of a smile. Often overlooked, a smile carries a profound message. It communicates, "I like you. You make me happy. I'm glad to see you." This nonverbal cue is why creatures as simple as dogs, or as universally adored as babies, can evoke such warm, positive reactions. They always seem happy to see us. A smile does more than show happiness, it invites happiness. It's an action that speaks louder than words, creating a welcoming, positive atmosphere around you. The beauty of a smile lies in its simplicity and its ripple effect on others' emotions. However, what do you do when you don't feel like smiling? The answer lies in the old saying, fake it till you make it. Start by forcing a smile. If you're alone, try whistling or singing to lift your spirits. These actions can stimulate feelings of happiness by tricking your mind into a happier state. Scientifically, smiling activates neural messaging that benefits your health and happiness. It releases dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin, neurotransmitters that provide feelings of satisfaction and calm. Thus, smiling not only helps to project positivity but also internally creates it, making you feel better in the process. Happiness isn't solely determined by external circumstances, it starts from within. By choosing to smile, you control your inner state of mind, enhancing your own happiness regardless of the environment. This internal change can dramatically affect how others perceive and interact with you. Next time you meet someone, regardless of your initial mood, greet them with a smile. You might be surprised by how much of an impact this simple gesture can make on both your feelings and theirs. It's a powerful tool that fosters both personal joy and interpersonal connections. We've now covered 5 essential principles to enrich our social interactions and make others feel positively towards us. The consistent application of these principles, encouraging others to talk about themselves, giving sincere compliments, avoiding arguments, trying to understand others' perspectives, and smiling, will not only make you more likable but also transform your approach to relationships and communication.